You turn the key in your Vanquish, and the system check says everything is fine. But when you press the brake and pull both paddles back to find neutral, nothing happens. The transmission won't engage. Because the car isn't in neutral, the red start button remains dark. You can't select first gear, you can't reverse out, and you are effectively stranded. In this moment, it's easy to assume the worst. You might think the entire gearbox has failed, or that you're facing a $3,000 bill for a magnetic sensor upgrade. But before you call for a tow truck, there is a diagnostic check you should run. The true culprit behind this lockout is often a small, inexpensive piece of plastic located in the footwell. You only need 3 things to test this: your car keys, a heavy flashlight, and a helper behind the car. These early Newport Pagnell-built cars operate on a very specific electronic logic. Learning how they interpret driver input is the key to avoiding unnecessary and expensive repairs. Step 1. Open the driver's side door and lean down toward the rear right wheel arch to listen closely. You are listening for the ASM pump. You should hear the electric motor run to pressurize the system and then stop. If you hear that standard priming sound, it means the hydraulic clutch system is operative. We can rule out a total hydraulic failure. For the next test, sit in the driver's seat and turn the key to on, pressed firmly on the foot brake while your helper watches the rear of the car. This transmission controller lacks a dedicated sensor to confirm you've pressed the brake. Instead, it shares a signal entirely with the brake lights. If the pedal switch fails, the brake lights stay dark. Because the signals are linked, the computer assumes the brake isn't pressed. Without that confirmation signal, the transmission won't allow you to select neutral, reverse, or first gear. A simple fail-safe intended to prevent the car from jumping into gear accidentally ends up looking like a total mechanical breakdown. To find the switch, take your flashlight and look upside down into the driver's side footwell. Look at the very top of the brake pedal arm. That is where the brake light switch mechanism is mounted. Over time, the electrical contacts inside this housing can become sticky or fail to engage even when the pedal is depressed. Reach up and manipulate the switch and its wiring connector. You want to jiggle the component to try and reset the internal contact bling. Have your helper watch the tail lamps. You want the brake lights to flicker or hold steady as you move the switch. Once you see light, return to the driver's seat and press the brake pedal. Now pull both paddles back. The dashboard displays N. You should also hear the mechanical thunk of the gearbox finally engaging. The ignition system is now primed and the red start button will glow. By resetting a single $30 contact point, you've restored full functionality to the car. The car is now running and ready to drive. But don't consider the job finished. Jiggling the switch is only a temporary solution. You should order a replacement brake light switch immediately to prevent another lockout. This exact part is shared with the Aston Martin DB7. Many owners keep a spare in the trunk, especially when heading out on long road trips. There is one important caveat. If your brake lights were working perfectly but the car still wouldn't shift, the problem is more complex. In that case, you'll likely need a mechanic with an AMDS tool to perform an octopus gear alignment, or look into a permanent magnetic sensor upgrade. These cars have a reputation for being temperamental, but many of their most stressful issues come down to simple electrical logic. Identifying these specific failure points is what keeps a V12 on the road.